Hello and welcome to a quick explanation video about the game I play most on this channel, SCP Secret Laboratory. I know a lot of you guys probably don't quite understand what in the actual heck is happening in my videos, so I thought it wouldn't be that bad of an idea to try and tell you everything you need to know, with it still making some sort of sense. Consider this video a Christmas gift. After you're done watching this and you're full of knowledge, you can go back and rewatch the videos I made. Just kidding. Unless Secret Lab is an extremely fun game about betrayal, genocide and chaos. It takes place in a huge underground facility that has 2 floors. The bottom one is the light containment zone, a place where all the prisoners, scientists and one very specific friend spawn. By getting through the checkpoint and taking the elevator up, you get to the second zone, heavy containment. That's where all the other SCPs spawn. On the same floor is another checkpoint door that leads to the third zone, the entrance zone. This wide labyrinth leads the escapists into freedom or into the hands of the mobile task force, but we'll get to that in a minute. Open the massive gate, go up the elevator and you'll find yourself on the surface. There are many roles you can play as and we'll get to each one of them individually. The most common role to get has to be the D-class, or as most of the players call him, the D-boy. D-class are a bunch of prisoners that were freed from their cells, and these poor souls' objective is clear. Escape, meaning get to the exit located on the surface. But it's not simple at all, and this journey often ends with unsuccess, specifically death. A very important part of the game are the keycards. There are plenty, and each one of them has a specific combination of places you can access while possessing them. The one with almost no access is the janitor keycard, and the one that can open practically anything is the black O5 keycard. You may ask, but Jacobu, if I find a janitor keycard at the start of the game, am I screwed until I find a better one? Well, I'm really glad you're asking, my dear viewer. The answer is not at all. Well, you see, light containment has a room behind a big gate that has an interesting machine inside, called the SCP-914. This machine can upgrade almost any item, including the keycards, so you can get stuff of higher value. But Jacobu, if the 914 is so awesome, won't everyone go there, including the monsters, and won't everyone get killed? Once again, my precious viewer, I'm glad you're asking. The answer is yes, pretty much. Because of that, some players, myself included, try to find the keycard needed to get to heavy containment, the blue zone manager card, and continue their journey there, while everyone else is getting brutally murdered over in the 914. If a D-boy manages to get the keycard he needs to go through all the doors and gates, he can escape and become a soldier of a very peculiar unit called the Chaos Insurgency, into which we'll look in a moment. But if a facility guard patrolling the place catches him on the run and somehow decides not to kill him but rather handcuff him, a handcuffed D-boy will, after escape, become a member of the mobile task force, working alongside the guards. Another role, also my favorite, getting woken up in the light containment, is the scientist. He has a slight advantage as he already spawns with a scientist keycard and a medkit. His objective is to escape as well and join the MTF by doing so. The facility guards are there to help him. Scientists and D-boys usually help each other too, although nothing really prevents them from killing the other. Even a D-class can murder a brother of his kind. A facility guard spawns in the entrance zone and gets a bunch of things, including a gun. His mission is to primarily escort the scientists out of the facility, but he may also do the same with handcuffed D-boys. He always has a choice: to spare the life of a D-class and take him with him as a pet, or shoot his head off. The fate of facility guards is often tragic, with them getting slaughtered by the SCPs on their way through heavy containment, or by a D-boy pulling out a hidden gun from his pants. And now to the cool guys, the SCPs. These monsters, each with their own abilities, are sent free in the facility to kill anything that's alive. Maybe with the exception of the Chaos Insurgency, which, on some servers, is allowed to team with them. Let's look at each one of them individually. SCP-939, the dog. There can be two of them. He's quick, bites and bullies people while chasing them, can imitate human voices, can't see people standing still or crouching. SCP-049, the plague doctor. He's really slow but creepy looking, one-shots people and then revives them as the zombies. Those just usually want to kill themselves. SCP-106, Larry. Almost immune to bullets, makes a lot of noise when walking, can walk through doors and gates, can teleport through his portals, takes a person to his pocket dimension from which he has to find a random correct way out unless he's dead. He gets killed if a person sacrifices themselves in the femur breaker while screaming horribly. SCP-096, the shy guy. Weak, sobbing and whining tall guy, but he gets really angry when someone looks at his face, and then he proceeds to find that person that he can at this point also see through walls, so there's not really a high chance escaping the imminent death by having his body torn apart. SCP-173, the Peanut. Spawns in light containment, has a lot of health, is absolutely terrifying, slows people down by pooping on the ground, can travel really fast until somebody looks at him, then he can't move at all until the person blinks, twists necks. SCP-079, the Computer. Can see the whole facility through the cameras, can open doors and gates, lock them, turn off the lights, activate Tesla gates. Gets shut down when all of the 3 generators are activated or when no other SCP is alive. Usually the mastermind of the SCP team is really overpowered if a person knows how to play him. Throughout the facility there are a lot more SCPs, but not as playable characters. These are items of all kinds. A hat that makes a person temporarily invisible, a ball that never stops bouncing, a bottle of Coca-Cola that gives you speed but also slowly kills you, and so on. If a person dies, they become a spectator, who can watch the pain and suffering of all the other players. After some time, from these dead people arises a new unit, coming into the building to maintain order or create more chaos. Get it? Because one of them is called the Chaos Insurgency, so that's why I use that word. The mobile task force arrives with a helicopter landing on the surface. You can spawn as a private, a sergeant or a captain, each having a different type of gun as well as a keycard. Their job is basically the same as that of a facility guard, but considering they are a later game addition and the D-boys and scientists are dead or have already escaped, the main focus is on killing the SCPs or taking down the second unit that can spawn from dead people. Chaos Insurgency hops out of the car at the other side of the surface area. Their objective is to escort the D-boys and make them one of their kind. All of them have a powerful keycard and cool guns. They can sometimes team with the SCP team, but only if a D-class isn't present. They are automatically enemies if there is one chilling there. Oh boy, I really hope I didn't forget anyone. I mean, some of the servers have their own roles and stuff, but they're not part of the original game, so I won't go into that. There is also the option to blow up the whole building by flipping a switch in the warhead silo in heavy containment and then having someone on the surface pressing a red button in a hard to access room, starting a countdown until the whole place, including the people and the monsters, gets blown to smithereens.
Get out!
Overall, this game is really fun, and that's mainly thanks to the hilarious people you meet there. Hope this video answered your questions, cleared the confusion and got you excited for more content of the game Secret Laboratory. Take care guys, love you all and have an amazing new year of 2022. See you next time.